LJ is back with us. Larry Johnson, great last segment with Alhan going over what happened with the Knicks in Game 3 at shots. Yeah, there you go, Cam. There you go, Cam Smith.
In the presence of a great
Chicago guy throwing up the big L.
I
take it. I take it.
NBA Finals last night. Raptors up 2-1. You had a chance to check it out. What do you think of the series?
I think it's going the way I thought it would go.
You think the Raptors going to win?
I don't know if they're going to win. I don't, but I knew it was going to be a competitive series. To me, I've always said if I was going to pick a team, I would start with Leonard. I love that dude, man. He plays both ends, and I thought he was, just coming into his own. So him to have his team, Lowry playing real well. They got the Drake aspects of it. Look, that helps, man.
Usually that's bad luck, though.
Guys want to play in front of guys like that, So.
You mentioned, obviously, they have Kawhi, so that gives them something special, but the Warriors don't have Kevin Durant, and that's obviously somebody extremely special as well that they're missing in this series. I mean, would this be a shorter series if he was healthy and Klay was healthy?
If both of those guys was healthy, I would go back with Golden State and say those guys, it's more in their favor. But it's playoffs, it's the finals, and this is what you're going to have is injuries. It's a part of it. So,
as a guy that has played through injuries and you know how it is when your body responds, you always want to listen to your body, right? So for a guy like KD, do you think he comes back? Does he try it? I mean, even with a guy like Klay, I mean, we heard him say that he wants to come back in.
If it gets to that point, till they get to down 3 games or something like that, they definitely both. I know KD will definitely try it.
You had to deal with this in the finals in '99 as well with the injuries that several players on that team, including Patrick, obviously. But when it's the finals, your mentality is what?
Only two teams left, man. You give it all you got. You never know. The thing about Golden State is, and why those guys might not try it is because they got opportunity to get back and back and back, you know. But you never know when you can get back to the finals, bro. So that's what my mentality in '99 was. In '99, my mentality, bro. You never know when you're going to get back here. 50-game season, we did what we had to do, and And I knew the longer the series go, I'd get healthier and healthier, so I definitely got out there. Didn't have no business out there trying to guard Tim Duncan. Dude got MVP on me.
How would your game translate to today's NBA, LJ?
I think pretty well because, again, we showed the 4-point play, the small ball, and stretching forward and all that. I loved when I played and they would put big 6'10". What up, Tone? What up, baby? Tone, I'm not going down low on you. Let's go outside. Yeah. Jeff knew what he was doing and get you 30 feet away from the basket. Move them feet, instead of putting that hand down there. Move them big old feet. And so I think that today's age and me playing the 4, I think I would do well.
Yeah. We heard about the amount of work that you put in with Tom Thibodeau to become a three-point shooter. That stuff that people didn't see. How much you tell that story now? That's your story. So you knew you had to change something, right? Was that? Did he approach you? Did someone approach you, or did you say, I can't do what I used to do, grandmama days, but I need to keep playing?
You see that, right? Slid grandmama.
Right.
Where you going, bro?
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I see.
He's sneaky.
Yeah. He's sneaky. All right. I let him slide.
Hey, the kids need to know that before there was Uncle Drew, there was grandmama.
Right, exactly.
4-point play. All the kids need to know. There's nothing about grandmama. You know what happened, Alan? Jeff came to me that summer before the season started. He came to Dallas. Jeff always on his game, man. So Jeff traveling to see this top
Jeff
5.
Van Gundy.
Yes, Jeff Van Gundy. Who you think I'm talking about over here?
This
is Nick's show, right?
You're right. First name basis, Larry, Alan, Cam, Bill, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's LJ, by the way.
All right.
It's not Larry.
LJ, right.
Yeah. So, and Jeff was like, man, you're going to play mostly 3. I need you to work on your outside game. So that whole summer, that was what I was based on. And then Tib would come see me. Tib got his start, little facts. Tib got his start with Coach Tarkanian, my guy.
Right.
When they first went to San Antonio, he hired Tib as assistant. So me and Tib and I had that connection when he came. I think we came to the Knicks at the same time. My year was his first year, and he pulled me right away. Well, what time you shoot? I mean, I guess an hour and a half. He's like, Tib.
Right, with the voice, right.
What time we shoot? LJ. Man, I thought practice at 10:30. Not for you. Practice at 9. I'll be there.
He's got the body frame though, too, right?
I'll be there at 9.
He's gonna rattle the bricks over there.
And it paid off, man. By the time we got to I had so much confidence in that shot. I wasn't telling the field when I let it go, I knew it was good, man.
What do you think your game would have been if you added that shooting touch, that 3-point touch, back to your game when you were at UNLV, when you were a younger player? Like how open would your game have been if you had that in your bag?
You know, because I was having success dunking and doing that, you know, and it was more glamorous, you know, not now. Now that, you know, these guys are letting it go, it's more glamorous, you know, scoring. But the dunks and the high flying, the athleticism was what I was about back then. So I didn't, you know, but if you go back and watch the Duke game we won, I opened it up by hitting 2 threes. They, you know, we was up by like 10, and those guys kind of hampered down. That's a good team. And I went outside and bust 2 threes, and then we went on a big run. So I had the attendance. Every now and then I would go out there and shoot it, but not like when Jeff came to me and said I was going to play the 3. I mean, I think I started taking 6 or 7 a game. I got crazy with it.
And dunking on people is a lot more intimidating, especially if it's you like screaming in their face. Like,
that's me. Yeah. Now, you've been often, when we try to find comparisons to Zion Williamson, your name comes up most of the time. And I know a couple of times I've mentioned it to you, you said, I see it, but, and you've always talked about the differences in your game and his. But never mind the comparison. How about this? He's coming into the league, more than likely number 1 overall pick. I mean, I think we can all agree. What advice would you give him? Because you had a very similar game coming into the league, and you were a guy that took the league on by storm because of your power and athleticism. What's some advice that you would give Zion? You know,
man, this dude got the world ahead of him. I mean, coming from Duke, I just love him. I love his game. I think he's on his way to stardom. On his way to stardom. I'm talking in the league.
Yeah, right.
But there's some things he needs to work on. There's some things, I mean, coming from that coach, that left-hand jumper, I mean, you definitely going to have to get better at shooting the basketball, young man. But other than that, I think that he's on his way to stardom, of course.
All right, so you mentioned Zion Williamson, going to be number 1 overall, most likely. Movado presents our countdown to the draft. The NBA draft, believe it or not, how much time, please, is 2 weeks from tonight. And you guys just touched on Zion Williamson. What's it like, LJ? Back in 91, you're the number 1 overall pick. What's it like going through the process leading up to the draft when you might be the number 1 overall pick?
It was, you know what it is? I got to tell you. When you want something your whole life, you know, I was one of the ghetto guys that grew up, and then everything was in my head was the NBA. And I was the number 1 player coming out of Texas. And then I had a setback where my SAT score wasn't up to par, so I had to go to junior college. And then I worked my way through that, went to UNLV and did that. Now I'm sitting in the green room with Stacey Augmon and Greg Anthony.
Did you know you were going to be number 1 overall?
No, I was Charlotte Hornets.
Really?
Yes, man. Who
else did you think would have gotten that number 1 spot?
It was between me, Dikembe, and Billy Owens.
Yeah. Okay, two great players.
Yeah,
you know what,
Dikembe and Billy Owens, those 3 was what they were saying was going to be right around there. Because my height, you know, we went to the NBA Combine, man, and I'm taller than him, though. Yeah, I'm the tallest on the set.
Maybe.
Let's put it that way.
Well, I don't provide much competition.
Throwing back and forth right here, man.
I'm a little sensitive about my height now. I'm serious, real tall. But
you about 6'6"?
You see? Yeah, see? They made me take my shoes off at the Combine. When they made me take my shoes off, and it came out that I was under 6'6", 6'5" and a half without shoes. And then they started talking about maybe he's too short to play the 4, maybe he's not a number 1 pick. So I sit back there in Charlotte. Alan Bristow was a coach and GM in Charlotte and never said that he was going to draft me. So I was back, and my agent was like, man, you going number 1? I'm like, man, that ain't what Alan said. Now, can I tell a story?
Go ahead.
This is Alan Bristow. He was the general manager of Charlotte.
Okay.
So, but I didn't know he was going to become the head coach. They never put it out that he was going to become the head coach. But he was interviewing all of the players, and this was your interview when you was coming in. Play him one-on-one. That's all I had to do was play him one-on-one. I'm like, what?
Play who one-on-one?
Alan Bristow.
Up to how many points?
Yeah, I was like, what? I'm like, you know I'm Larry Johnson, right? You trying to play me one-on-one?
And I think we played that.
Okay, look, I say, before I got started, I say, you want me to play hard? He's like, Larry, this is so-and-so, this is so. I played everybody one-on-one, and then you better play butt off. And I think we played like 6 games, and I beat him like 80 to nothing, you know what I mean? Whatever we were going to, I beat him 70-10 or whatever to nothing. Dunked on any chance I got.
That was going to be my question. If you dunked on him, right?
I got, you know, and then he started bagging up. But, you know, Alan played in the NBA, so he knew what he wanted to see. He wanted to see if he pushed up on me, did I have the quickness to do this and finish at the rim with him banging me. And then he started laying off on me. He wanted to see could I hit the jumper. And like I said, he didn't score, and he never won a game. And we went out to eat after he drafted me. I said, Alan, how about that one-on-one stuff? He said, Larry, if you think that was crazy, he said, I beat Dikembe 1 or 2 games. He said, he beat Billy 1 or 2 games. I said, what? He
So
said,
that's why you're number 1.
Right, exactly. There it goes, right. He sold him on that.
You beat them? You not, man, he barely touched the ball with. I never missed. I said, do you want to take it? I think I won like We was going 8. I went 8-0, 8-0, 8-0. I said, man, do you want the ball? He's like, no. You keep scoring. You keep scoring. I was like, whatever.
That's a lesson, though. That's a lesson there, right?
I mean, come on,
don't
man.
be nice.
I'm like, you want me to play hard? He's like, Larry, I did everybody like, I was like, whatever. 8-0, 8-0, 8-0.
Right, you got the green light. It's like,
He said,
okay.
you laughing. I beat the Kimbe water, too. I beat Billy.
How in the world did he beat the Kimbe Mutombo? How did that happen?
Maybe they didn't listen to him and play hard. But once he told me to play hard, he said, that's all I'm going to do. Then I smashed him.
Wow.
I went and dunked. He started bagging up. I'm like, man, you know what? Bam, bam, bam. You want the ball?
Did you break a sweat? I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah. He told me to go hard. And then, but Allen was taller than me. Don't say nothing. He was taller than me. And when you get to the hole, he was just trying to bang me. But he was like 55, and I'm like 20, full of vinegar.
Yes.
I'm like, come on, bro. I don't even feel that. No. You
trash talking to him?
Yes, I got to the point. He said, go hard. I said, yo, bro, you don't want none of this. Bam. You know what? Well, you went where?
We need video of this.
Yeah.
It's like today, there would have been somebody there doing this.
I burned it. I went hard at it.
That is spectacular.
That is in all your years, have you ever heard of a GM/coach playing one-on-one with a draft
I've heard
prospect?
some weird stuff like that, but not the fact that the pick looked at the guy going, "Do you want the ball?" You were using him that much.
4 or 5 games, and then I went to Jersey. Willis Reeves was the general manager. Willis said, "Larry, you can get on a plane and go home." He said, "If you want to stay, I'll take you out to dinner and all that, but you can get on a plane and go home. We got the number 2 pick. If you there, we taking you. You don't have to work out." I said, let's go eat. He was like, man, you can get on a plane and go home if you want. They picked me up at the airport, took me to his office. How you doing, Larry? Well, it was great to meet you. You can get on a plane and go home.
You didn't want the meat
That was
on.
it.
You get
Right.
on
It's a short trip, in and out.
It's what you want to do. You don't have to work out. If you're there at the number 2 pick, we taking you.
That's the captain.
He said, I'd like to go to lunch with you. I said, come on, Willis.
That's a free meal. No.
LJ, we touched on Zion. What do you think about John Morant and R.J. Barrett?
I think they're both going to be good. They both need something to work on. I love the height of R.J. Barrett, playing the 2-3 small ball, being able to shoot it. I think quickness he's going to have. There's some things they need to work on. There's some things. Great, of course, program they was at. So, 1 year may hurt a lot. I'm not a big fan of one and done. If I'm at Duke, I don't know if I can talk about this, but Duke is such a great program. I wouldn't want to leave Coach K or something after one. But, guys got to get paid. So, the thing with Zion busting out of the shoe, I know that was scary.
Right.
So. But if I'm at Duke, just like when I was at UNLV, when we won the first championship, I say I was going to be number 1 pick. I said, I'm not leaving this. I'm not leaving. I got a chance to go back to back. Being injured is a part of the game. I wasn't worried about that, but I wasn't leaving after my junior year, man. Let's go back to back.
Thinking about that mentality. Wow.
Let's go back to back.
To today's players.
It's just a different, that's a different approach entirely. Some other advice you can give Zion would be when the sneaker company approaches you with an old lady's dress and a wig.
You just touched on that.
Say
We still
no.
doing no. Say yes, bro. They still talking about it. You know what I mean? I don't say yes, bro.
No, it was legendary. It was
He
iconic.
can get away with it. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing bad about it.
Nope.
And nobody say nothing bad about me.
And it was a really good payday.
Yeah.
Hey, LJ, awesome. Great to see you. Thank you so much.
Guys, man.
Always great to have
I got
you.
a Chicago dude up here.
I got to throw it up out of respect for LJ.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.